Welcome to the Redevelopment Commission meeting. Will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Could do the call to order.
Mayor Bonta,
Here.
Commissioner Ambler's out. Commissioner Josviak? Here. Commissioner Lack?
Here.
Commissioner Munt?
Here.
Commissioner Vasquez? Here.
All right. Did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes from 22-26? And are there any comments or a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We get to the payment of claims, and I always forget this. Do they need to be voted on individually, or can they be?
Claims as a whole.
Have everyone had a chance to take a look at the claims? Are there any questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'll get to staff reports. Mr. Bowditch?
No report, other than, I guess there is a report. I did want to report that I have been working with the developer of Kayak Point. There is a resolution that'll be presented to you this afternoon for your consideration. I'll go into that in more detail. They are looking to move the project forward, so to get sticks in the ground and construction moving out there sometime either in June or July, with economic development bonds to be issued. So we've been working with them. We're also working with Simon CRE, the developer of the projects on US 6, Project Runway, Southeast, Southwest, to get those bonds issued. The first bond will be issued sometime in mid to early May. The second bond for the second project will be issued in early June to mid-June. We're also working with bond counsel on each one of the residential housing development programs for those bonds to be issued sometime at the end of April to the beginning of May, which means tariff, tax increment revenue, imposed fees will be coming into the Redevelopment Commission at about that point. So it's been busy working with marketing in the north side, as well as working with the city on other issues related to economic development and redevelopment.
Great, thank you very much. That'll get us to new business. We have consideration of the professional service agreement with Butler, Fairman, and Seufert, Inc. for Safe Streets for All grant. Mr. Cherry, do you have anything you want to say about that, or
Sure.
Dan?
So this is for the Safe Streets for All grant. We were awarded this grant to take a look at all our city streets and safety issues and an improvement plan to take care of those issues. We were awarded $350,000 for the plan portion. It's an 80-20 match, and we're asking for consideration to approve that 20% match, which Mr. Bowditch said was in our budget.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with BF&S out of Crown Point, I believe. This is where they're out of.
I know that they're in the region. I know that this is a process that started in 2024, and we made it through the first round, and then we got secured for the second round, I believe.
Right.
Right.
And then
And
third
so-
round would be the actual
Projects.
improvements, and it's the projects that we prioritize, and we can kind of, now these things are already approved for the grant, but they're just kind of a checklist of projects that we can start going through, so.
So the projects will be identified as within the allocation area, for the Southport allocation area. And the amount of the grant, as stated, is 80-20 match. So we would put up the full amount, which has been budgeted, and then we'd be reimbursed for the 80% as the project is completed.
Yeah, well, it's monthly is actually.
Yeah, it's monthly.
Yeah, monthly.
As
So,
the project's completed.
Right.
So our portion that we would be paying in as a redevelopment commission, if consideration is approved, is $69,546, roughly $70,000, I'll round up.
Now, Tom, when the actual grant comes in, after we go through the third round, it's a significant amount of federal dollars that comes in, I believe, is what generally happens with
It
Safe
is.
Streets for All.
And it's all determined by what this portion of the program determines, so, as far as projects, so. Hopefully a couple roundabout, no.
Never know.
Worst-case scenario, the federal government eliminates the Safe Streets for All program. I mean, worst-case scenario. It does create a capital improvement projects list with costs so that we can move forward and budget for those projects in the future based upon Safe Streets criteria and conditions being applied, as well as not only safe streets, but trails or any other modes of transportation, public improvements that are made. So it does provide that, it's doing the work for us. So there is a value to it.
The traffic studies.
Yes.
The accident reports.
Yes.
All the, all the things that go into it, so.
Right.
So I understand, the safe component of it, but what is the number one focus? Like, which area? Is it more for pedestrians, more for vehicles?
It's a
what would you-
mix.
It's a mix.
Yeah,
a
it's a
mix.
mix.
So the Safe Streets for All grant program was intended to identify those areas where interactions with vehicles or any mode of transportation and pedestrians can occur, and to identify those areas that are the unsafest or potentially can have an impact for high risk or are at high risk, and identify how to ameliorate or reduce that risk through public investment. So if that means changing an intersection and adding in hawk lights at a certain portion of a bike trail, and then identifying that and then putting a cost to it, it creates a whole list and prioritize those, similar to any capital improvement program or plan. And then that gets that allows you to then submit, if approved, if and when approved, the second stage. That allows the city and the Redevelopment Commission to then submit any one of those projects to the federal government to be funded.
Are the areas around the schools included?
Typically, yes. They will look at areas around the schools and any intersection where, so if there is an area where elementary school or preschool children have to be crossing the road, what improvements can be made at those crossings? What about the speed of the vehicles and roads that are within a half a mile or quarter mile of every school? They look at all that.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve the agreement?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Gets us to 8.2, consideration annual landscape maintenance contract, Allen's Lawn Care and Snow Removal.
Good evening. This is our annual landscape maintenance contract. This year, they will be doing the same thing that we had them do last year, which was around Founder Square, the police station, the baseball fields, maintaining the planting beds. Our street department, our general services will be doing the mowing, what they can, and the contractor will be doing all of the fancy frilly planty stuff, the things that our guys can't do. That's plants, yeah.
Motion to approve the agreement?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Thanks.
I'll preemptively make my way to the podium.
Go ahead, Chief.
Good afternoon. Just wanted to ask for your consideration for usage of our, the fire department grant that we received from the RDC. Part of this from TSI Incorporated, you have an estimate in front of you. I do have the invoice now in my hand. There was a $146.19 increase for freight handling of that. That is part of the money that I asked last year in December to be rolled over for this. We had sent it out for the work, and we just hadn't gotten the invoice or the machine back, so we got it back. That's what this portion is for. The other portion of this, I'm excited about for the CNC Unlimited Services. This is for fabrication of our training facility, currently temporarily being used on the Garrison property in the parking lot right now. This is something that the city of Portage and the fire department has needed for a long time. Last year we bought Connex boxes. Many training centers throughout the United States with the fire service are using old shipping containers. Well, we were fortunate enough to be able to ascertain 5 of them, and now this is part of the fabrication portion of it, where they'll cut some holes for us, put in some stairwells, and I also, I think in front of you as an estimate, I also have that invoice now. So that is what I am here for. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything that you may have. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That gets us to consideration for a marketing grant to the Portage Economic Development Corporation. Do you want to go over that, Mr. Bowditch?
Yes, Mayor, we've been working with the Portage, in concert with the Portage Economic Development Corporation, which is a separate entity from the city. And we've been working with them and Andy Miletta as the executive director to market properties on the north side of the city, basically north of I-94, west of 249, and south of State Route 12, and on the west, the Indiana and the Dunes National Park. The Portage EDC is asking for a grant request of dollars from the local organizations portion of our budget that we did budget $250,000 for in our spending plan, to provide for assistance with marketing the north side, this north side area, to not only developers, but to any other interested parties, and to get the word out and to continue to get the word out based upon the city's presentation to the Chicago Bears for Hallis Harbor. So I would make my recommendation to the commission to approve the grant request in the amount of $100,000 to assist the Redevelopment Commission in the marketing of projects. So that you know, I'll disclose that I am on the board of the Portage Economic Development Corporation. So and the mayor is very involved, and Andy Miletta, as the executive director, is involved with conversations and communications of economic development throughout the city of Portage. So this is an effort to provide for not only the marketing, but as developers come in some instances, there needs to be some non-disclosure or confidentiality, which allows for the EDC to provide that umbrella to us, but yet still market it out to the public and to developers interested in that property. It is our belief that once the bonding is completed for the bridge to be extended, that the interest will not only, it'll increase exponentially. It has increased exponentially due to the Chicago Bears Harbor Hallis presentation several weeks back. But once the word gets out and press is identified and construction bids are out, that bridge is going to be constructed and the road extended and open up 100 to 125 acres of property, there's going to just be more interest. So this is a way to be proactive rather than reactive to that development. So I would make a recommendation to approve.
I'm also a member of the Portage Economic Development Commission. Scott, do I have to exclude myself on a vote for that reason? Okay. Thank you.
And I will say in addition to that, that between Commissioner Munt and myself, the entire board of the Portage Economic Development Corporation is kept well informed of the projects and economic development opportunities. And Andy Millette, as the executive director, gives us information back. So it is a good relation, a very good working relationship to expand our economic development opportunities in Portage.
Any other questions or a motion?
I'd like to make the motion to allocate the grant to the Portage Economic Development Corporation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That gets us to the 2026 RDC budget.
So I want to give an update to the budget. I did receive a call from Mayor Bonta, the president of the Redevelopment Commission, in looking over the budget and going through it to identify areas of projects. I did include from our last conversation and workshop meeting, the Garrington demolition. I did include the Safe Streets for All grant potential. I did also include the Samuelson Road potential purchase of property, as well as other purchases of property. I did include the North Side marketing. And to be clear, it is still preliminary. And I did receive from Sonia as the secretary and recording secretary, who also is the project manager for the Redevelopment Commission. I also did receive from her all the projects that are currently underway, so we know what funds are encumbered and what funds we need to have. The issue that I have, and I will finalize this, is the mayor did request of me as the president to put together a 12-month cash flow of the budget so that we can see when funds were coming in and when funds were going to be expended, so that we knew what our cash flows were. I do not have that completed to date, but our spending plan still exists as approved in December for the state of Indiana. But I will have that for you for your next meeting, if not sooner.
Any questions on that? I think we'll move on then to the update consideration on the amending declaratory resolution to designate the Kayak Point allocation area.
So this Mayor, this project, and Commissioners, you can see it on your screen. This project has been discussed for about the last 12 to 14 months. It is an area north of US Highway 20, Melton Road, east of Salt Creek. And if you were to extend Samuelson Road north to Interstate 94, it's the area shaded in the light orange to pink, depending on my color deficiency shows it as a pink, but I'm told by the computer that it's more of a light orange. So the developer is requesting tax increment financing to be part of the financial incentive. In order to provide that incentive, we need to, similar to the Simon CRE development projects, we as the commission need to prune or pull out and remove the 6 parcel numbers that are identified on the map in the lower left-hand corner. That is, I believe it's included in the resolution. I do have it, I want to say 34 acres. So the intent of this resolution is to remove and prune the 6 parcel numbers, this area shown in light orange, and then create a new allocation area and designate a new allocation area to be known as Kayak Point A allocation area. The reason for the Kayak Point A is because the developer is also looking at a potential for a tenant B, and that would be Kayak Point B allocation area if that were to happen in the future. Now, they're finalizing their discussions now, but they want to move forward and issue bonds sometime in May to June. I've been in contact with the bond counsel about that. Bond counsel Barnes and Thornburg, Tom Pittman, is putting together a schedule that will be submitted the first week of March to get us through this point. This is the starting point for the bonds to be issued because it would be its own allocation area. The improvements that would occur would provide for the repayment of the economic development revenue bonds from the tenant A in Kayak Point A allocation area. Let me go to the top and square this off. Turn around so you can read it. It would be Resolution 2026-1. We have all the whereases that go through and identify the project and the establishment of the prior allocation area, the Southport Economic Development Area, the Southport plan for the Southport Economic Development Plan for that economic development area. And similar to the Simon CRE, we do show all the parcels that are to be removed. That is in Exhibit B. We've identified those. It is slightly smaller. I can increase it. It's 32.84 acres in size. As you can see, 764 Holdings is the major owner of the properties, and that there is one small property owned by NIPSCO. It is located generally, if you were to look at this, a small parcel south of I-94, right in the corner. Why NIPSCO owns it, I don't know. Could have been planned for a substation in the past. But in going through, what we're doing is we're not changing the land use plan of the Southport Economic Development Area Plan. It is still similar in that it's for light manufacturing and light industrial uses, which this tenant would be. It is only for the purpose of removing the parcels from the Southport allocation area to designate and establish its own allocation area, which is under Section 2. Section 3 establishes and authorizes the Redevelopment Commission clerk, fiscal officer, the clerk treasurer, to create and establish the Kayak Point A allocation fund, as well as to set the base assessment date as of January 1st, 2026, which is the preceding assessment date to the date of approval for this, assuming it's approved today. The other important portion of this is we are designating the tenant, Glass Solutions, Inc., their personal property as personal property to be captured. That is not intended to be used for purposes of supplementing or supporting the economic development revenue bond. The purpose of the capture of the personal property is to construct the public access to Salt Creek with the funds that are captured from the personal property. So the Redevelopment Commission would capture that personal property and use those personal property tax increment revenue to assist and support in building the Kayak Point Salt Creek access. So that allows a revenue of resource. I've also spoken with Christine Livingston, who is at the Dunes Tourism. She would be assisting us with putting in any grants or assisting us with grants, and that would be a revenue source for that. Other than that, Section 7 goes into detail to state that what projects would be eligible for of a public nature, and that's included in the Simon CRE resolution. Everything else after that is routine and standard, that it would be sent to the Plan Commission for its consideration, if approved by the Plan Commission as consistent with the comprehensive plan, it would be sent to the council. If sent to the council, it would come back to the Redevelopment Commission for a confirmatory resolution. I would recommend, unless there's any questions, or if there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. This starts the process again, and I would recommend approval of Resolution 2026-01.
Question.
Yes.
So in Area 6,
Yes.
is that a trailer park?
Bear with me.
If the area
And
you're
I will
thinking of
turn-
is the area I'm thinking of, it was, but it's been, everything's been moved out of there. People have moved and the
Yes.
new owners have been getting that all, the different trailers
Right.
and remaining sites removed.
So there are no people living there
No.
currently?
There
At
are
this time,
no-
there's no
There are
longer
no
anyone there.
individuals that reside in that area. All mobile home owners that were remaining were relocated at the cost to 764 Holdings, and they do own the property now. And if you remember, the utility that was part of that portion of the property, that's what we purchased from them so that the access of that accessed and provided the utility service to that area for the mobile park. That's what we had purchased. So there's nothing there right now. The aerial shows that it was, I don't even see that many, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mobile units. That's about how many they relocated. But that was done over 6 months ago, 4 to 6 months ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome. Otherwise, all the land is vacant commercial property.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 2026-01.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That
Thank you
gets
very
us-
much. I will notify the tenant A that this process has been initiated. They will be very excited because this helps them move forward to the bonding process and getting construction going out there.
I'll get us to Mr. Bill Rathjen on real estate issues.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Commissioners. I have a few items for you tonight. First item, would like to ask for a motion to amend a previous motion from what we believe is November, December. I don't have the exact date. But if you can amend that motion to purchase 2.6 acres of land needed for the Burns Parkway Bridge construction. If we can amend the motion to $120,000 from our previous $109,000 offer.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I have a quick update for you, which is good news. I thought the board would want to know. Portage Mall update. We have now cleared our second hurdle in that project where we have agreements with all 11 property owners. We now also have agreements with the 3 lien holders on the property. So the third item is that Tom's group is working on the engineering. Once we have the construction budget is the only contingency that's listed in the purchase agreements that we still need to pass. So we're 3 of 4 are down, so which is good news for that project on the downtown area. Don't need a motion on it tonight, just wanted to give you an update. People are asking where we're moving on that. A third item, also several months ago, Old Porter Road, Marine Drive, we had some excess property there that I suggested we go ahead and subdivide and sell off our excess land. We did the appraisals on the land. The appraisals came back where Lot 1's value is $101,000 and Lot 2 is $108,500. So I would need a motion authorizing us to advertise those properties for public sale.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And I probably should have asked for this one first, but we had a cost overrun. We had a motion previously for $10,000 for engineering expenses to subdivide those lots, and we need to amend that to $15,000.
Motion to amend to 15,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And our final item is airport crossing. Tom, can you help me with this one?
So this is for consideration and hopefully an approval for the purchase of right-of-way for the Economic Development Project, which is called Project Runway Southwest, to purchase that right-of-way. I'm sorry, the amount is $50,000 for that right-of-way. I guess that'd be an important part of it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That gets us to consideration, I'm sorry, another one, go ahead.
Now that you passed that, I need a motion to authorize the mayor to sign all the purchase agreements and the closing documents for that transaction.
So moved.
Second.
So now we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Thank you.
That gets us, thank you. That gets us to consideration, Sandy McDaniel Lakeshore Wildlife Control Agreement.
This is, it's become an annual thing. It is for mold control at the baseball fields. Obviously, we need the ground to be flat for the kids to play so we don't break ankles. So Lakeshore Wildlife has done a good job, and their price is the cheapest that I've found so far. So I'd like the commission to consider approval of their agreements.
And what was the price?
$3,500.
3,000. You get a $500 discount, right?
I don't know if that's what that's, yes,
Yeah,
you're right. I missed that at the bottom, so it's 3,000. That's what we paid last year, too.
I move to approve the Lakeshore Wildlife Control Agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Cherry, I believe you had something that you wanted to bring up under other business?
Yes, sir. I'm asking the board's permission to issue for us to issue a RFP, a request for proposals to design, build, own, and operate a compressed natural gas slow fill station. It's the reason I'm asking you, the board, it's actually on RDC property up north. So you would be the approving body for that RFP.
This is something that has been part of the city's ongoing process with the CNG trucks that we use. Currently, all the CNG trucks, they got to go to, I'm not sure if it's Lake Station or Gary, the actual location.
I think
but-
it's Gary.
Yeah, and either place is good.
Yeah.
I've just, where the border is, I'm not quite sure. When they drive out that way, they fill and they come back. But a part of the grant program that we've been operating on is to build a CNG station in our city on city-owned land. And Mr. Reeder took a good look and met with me and Tom to figure out what would be the best location. And so we've identified this property. It's technically got a Route 12 address, but could potentially be accessed by 249.
Correct.
Hopefully in the future.
Yep.
And we'd like the RFP to reflect, that site to see if we can get some interest on building that. This isn't a commitment to spending money or even knowing what it would cost, but for us to get that process going would be pretty cool.
Would it be available to the public?
That's definitely something we can do. I wouldn't be against it myself. In fact, I think it was last week, somebody went online and said, Mayor, can we get a CNG station? So I know that there are other cities that make that work, but definitely figuring out the cost and who responds to the RFP would be our first factor in that. Cool idea. Any other questions or a motion?
Mayor, may I ask a question?
Well, sure, but I mean,
Are
when I
there
ask-
any fueling stations in Portage that provide CNG?
I don't believe so, because quite frankly, if there was, our garbage trucks would be,
Right.
filling up at them.
Thank you. That's just,
No problem.
Motion to approve.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And Dan, if there was one in Portage, I'd be kicking myself, like, wait, we've got one already?
According to Google, the closest one's in Gary.
That's where we do our dumps.
Blaine Street, Gary.
yeah, that's Blaine Street, Gary, it's off Klein Avenue.
Well, that's where, and actually, I think there is a station at the spot where we go now for Homewood. I think that there's,
There's in Gary, there's one at Blaine, one at 15 in Brick, and one at Coleman.
Interesting.
any other matters to come before this body or a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.